welcome to the award ceremony of the Arkın Award. So here we are, all of us, the whole world really, has surely never witnessed a year like the one that has just passed. Like many others, we watched and waited, hoping the sun would appear from behind the dark clouds so that we could hold our ceremony in person together with the deserving winners. But with no clear end in sight of the difficult circumstances, this global pandemic that has overtaken the world, we have taken the decision to avail ourselves of the wonders of modern communication technology and take our ceremony online. We would, of course, have much preferred it that you were all here with us, but in a spirit of solidarity and practicality, we have decided that we need to stay safe and we need to keep you safe. In better days, we will, of course, invite you here to Cyprus where we can thank you and congratulate you in person. When we opened our open call for a competition to design one of the world's greatest monumental sculptures, we could not have imagined the incredible quantity and quality of works we would receive. Aware as we were of the scope, the standing, the importance of the project, the not inconsequential sum of €120,000 was designated as the first prize. In the end, we received over 80 works from 30 countries, and it was a daunting task for us to whittle these excellent submissions down to just 6 finalists. Those finalists, Maurice Blick, Angela Connor, Leo Calliard, Steve Anthony, Tony Edison, and Lotte Blocker are amongst the world's most renowned sculptors. So it was a similarly difficult job for our international jury to select just 3 works from those outstanding 6 finalists. The chosen work had to reflect the human qualities inherent in ordinary folk, sons and daughters of the soil, farmers, shepherds and peasants. These are the qualities of nobility, pride, strength, insistence and resilience. These were the qualities we sought, and these were the qualities we found. But before we go on to meet our prize winners, we'd like to share with you a short video that we hope will give you an idea of how the project is developing.
The Noble Peasant, an icon for Cyprus. The Arkın Award was an international open call for a contemporary statue of 40 meters in height, depicting the Noble Peasant. The sculpture was envisaged as being inspired by notions of the Levant and the Mediterranean, and would represent the spirit of the entirety of the island of Cyprus. The work chosen was the magnificent submission of Lotte Blocker from the Netherlands, a sculptor of international renown. The work will boldly enhance the location and will be a holistic icon of Cyprus and a high-visibility tourist attraction. Nestling in the Five-Finger mountain range and facing the town of Kyrenia, The iconic statue that will be designed and constructed by the Arkın University of Creative Arts and Design will dominate the skyline for hundreds of years.
Third prize winner, Tony Edison, is unfortunately unable to join us today due to prior commitments. At his request, he received equipment from the university in lieu of his prize money, and Arkın kindly accepted this request. So well done, Tony, and congratulations. So straight on to our runner-up. Steve Anthony is a Cyprus-based British artist who refers to himself as a British artist in exile. Congratulations, Steve, who will be the recipient of the runner-up prize of €10,000. Steve, welcome. Would you like to say a few words about your work and your thoughts on the Arkın Award?
Thank you, first of all. Perhaps you're aware it takes approximately 100 years to establish an olive grove. Rather than adopt an obvious and simplistic approach of mere costume illustration, I attempted to present a personification of the nobility of spirit which once covered this fertile land and such ancient trees. Much like blind justice, Mother Russia, or liberty, an ideal to inspire a more positive future for generations to come. Furthermore, I envisage the monument becoming not just a world-class tourist attraction, but a cultural centre for the whole island, incorporating galleries, cinema, gift shops and the like, providing employment, generating income, cultivating artistic exposure. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Steve. And now we would like to go on to the rector of ARUCAD, Asim Bey. Asim Bey, would you like to say a few words?
This project, I believe, will have a very important and very positive impact on the future of the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus in particular, but also the whole of the island of Cyprus. These effects will definitely make a very important contribution to North Cyprus in terms of bringing recognition to the world. Great projects throughout the history and all over the world normally begin with a dream. This project began with the vision and dreams of our founder, Mr. Arkın. When we look at the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, and indeed the whole island of Cyprus, or even the Eastern Mediterranean region, there's almost no world leadership in any area. So we don't actually have any projects in the world's top 3, top 5, or even top 10 rankings in any field. However, the Noble Peasant project will be among the tallest statues in the world and the tallest in Western Europe. This in turn will really be a huge impact for both the recognition of the island of Cyprus and the recognition of the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus worldwide. As a result, we expect a vast increase in the number of tourists coming to the island, to the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, and to our town of Kyrenia to visit our Noble Peasant statue. I'd like to offer my congratulations to our worthy winners, and especially to Lotta Blocker for winning the award. I believe I'll now invite our CEO and our Board of Trustees Chairman, Dr. Sinan Arkın, to say a few words.
This ceremony marks the completion of a major step towards our ultimate aim of constructing a monumental statue in Northern Cyprus. It gives me great pride that so many great artists from all over the world made submissions to the award and that the resulting pieces of art were so inspirational. I know for a fact that the jury had a very difficult time in selecting the winner and the runners-up, but I do believe that Lotta Blocker's work was the truest interpretation of the award brief and a breathtaking piece of art. I would like to congratulate Lotta for the very well-deserved win of the award. I would also like to congratulate the runners-up, Tony Edison and Steve Anthony, for their excellent efforts. Either one would have made a worthy winner. I believe once implemented in full scale, Lotta's work will have great impact on multiple levels. On a symbolic level, the statue is an expression of our gratitude to our ancestors. In Cyprus, our relationship with the earth and the peasant way of life can be traced back to only a few generations. And the stories of the gallant efforts of our grandfathers to survive in difficult times and to make our existence possible are still vivid in our minds. This statue symbolizes their noble efforts and our gratitude towards them. However, the symbolism of this statue is not limited to Cyprus. Making a living from farming and animal husbandry was and still is the foundation of human civilization. We often forget this fact in the modern world of supermarkets, in which we all, in a way, have distanced ourselves from the earth. The peasant way of life is often associated with backwardness and ignorance, not in all parts of the world, but definitely in our part of the world. In my mind, this statue is a reminder of the fact that the intricate and complex global society we have created rests on the shoulders of peasants and their way of life. I believe the economic impact of the statue to our island will be profound, and Asim Hoca has touched upon some of these. All over the world, monumental statues have become symbols of the cities and countries in which they exist, and their economic impacts in attracting tourists to these places is undeniable. I am sure the statue will bring about significant increases in the number of tourists visiting the island, and it will end up being one of the symbols and landmarks of the island. I also believe that while the statue should not and will not have any obvious political symbolism, once completed, it will indeed have a political impact. The Turkish Cypriot community has been marginalized and largely ignored by the world community for many decades. What better way of reminding the world of our existence than through the noblest of human endeavors, namely art? In our attempt to implement Lotta's work in full scale, the road ahead of us is filled with many bureaucratic and financial difficulties. However, the rewards of accomplishing this project are well worth the incredible efforts that will go into it. I would like to pass the word to Erbil Arkın, the chairman of the Arkın Group of Companies and the visionary behind the Noble Peasant.
Hi guys, thank you very much. I have no written speech. I don't make written speeches, so I'll just ad-lib this. I am so proud to be taking this statue. It seems now to its conclusion and to its construction. I thank Lotta Blocker, Steve Anthony, and all Tony and the rest of the 80 participants in this project. But as in all projects, you have to whittle it down to the final person, and Lotta very beautifully presented the final conclusion that we have. This statue, I won't speak for very long. This statue will have a huge impact on the whole island, and also for this area of the world. When it's constructed, it will be something that we can put our names to, that not only our children, but our grandchildren and the grandchildren's grandchildren will be aware of this, and they will have pride in the people and the persons, not least Lotta Blocker, in being involved in this statue. We are now practically starting to do the logistics of building this statue. No mean feat. We have been working very hard on it. For the actual construction, I can let you know now that we have switched over from making a concrete statue to making a bronze statue.
Ooh.
The bronze statue will be not 40 meters high, but 45 meters high for various reasons. We will be constructing a foundry just to produce the statue. There will be a factory to produce the molds. They are now being planned at this moment. I foresee many logistic problems because at the end of everything, we have to be practical. Of course, the conclusion of this will be absolutely phenomenal. but we have to be practical in trying to construct this. I think that we will all be terribly excited by it. I hope to get it constructed before I die, okay, because this is a very long-term project. But the statue itself will be there, we hope, for hundreds of years. And it has no political basis to it. It has no persons or countries at the end of it. We are honoring the noble peasant. So, as we know in Cyprus, it seems to change names and people that control it over the thousands and hundreds or hundreds of years that it has existed. I'm hoping when Asım Hoca said it will help Northern Cyprus, of course it will help Northern Cyprus. But if Northern Cyprus doesn't exist in 200 years' time, I'm hoping that nobody will put a bomb at the bottom of this statue, that they will honor it enough to keep it going. It may lose an arm or two or a head, but I'm hoping it will still be there in 500 years' time. Okay, that's how long I'm thinking for our noble peasant. And there is another small thing. Immortality is as long as people remember you. And Lotta, I think people will remember you for many hundreds of years. Okay. So congratulations, everybody. We're going to do this, something that we are very proud of. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Erbil Bey. And so on to our first prize winner, Lotte Blokker, who joins us from the Netherlands. I mentioned previously that the human qualities we sought in the work to be constructed were nobility, pride, strength, insistence, and resilience. All of these are to be found in abundance in her beautiful submission. One thing that Lotte and Erbil Arkın have in common is a deep regard for the works of Auguste Rodin, and you can see that in this work. I would like to invite Lotte to accept her prize of 120,000 euros. Lotte, would you like to say a few words?
I'm incredibly honored. I cannot even tell you how happy I am that I won this award. I really, really hope that I did. Mainly because I thought it was so intriguing and interesting that this statue would represent an anonymous person. It's not a leader. It's not some kind of mythological figure. And that really fascinated me, that like a peasant would get such an enormous stage. And I think that's really important, that the normal human being is like we can relate to it. And also, I think it's really important that it's a peasant. I really wanted to create somebody who is in a certain way humbled by the elements. And he's kneeling down, he's close to the ground, he's proud, but he's also humble. And in the end, I think it's really great that we have a really large statue of a peasant that we can all relate to and that we have to honor for many, many years. And that's also why I really believe that it will maybe even live longer than 500 years, Erbil, because this is not only a person from Cyprus. It could be anybody, you know? So thank you so much. I'm really honored and I can't wait to see it.
Thank you, Lotte, and congratulations once more. We greatly look forward to seeing you here in Cyprus as soon as possible. Thanks also to everyone else in attendance to keep updated on the progress of the project, The Noble Peasant. Please go to www.thenoblepeasant.com, and that is that. Thank you all for your participation. Onwards and upwards for the Noble Peasant. Thank you.